I think you could probably go beyond defense contracts and find that there are many instances where perhaps savings could be made that have not been made. We're, of course, governed by a vast, sprawling bureaucracy, which is not always tremendously efficient, and which doesn't always operate to save the taxpayers money. And I think there are many areas of the letting of government contracts, even outside the Defense Department, that probably would warrant some scrutiny by the Congress.
1967 has been described as a year of a minor recession. Economically, how do you see 1968?
Well, 1968 will see a continuation of the dual phenomena of a deterioration of the buying power of our money and tight interest rates, inflation and tight money. And it will also see an ancillary phenomena, and that is an undermining of and gradual deterioration of the confidence in the American dollar abroad as a result of the fiscal policy of the government.
Of course, we always need volunteers, and the girls, too, to join the Camp Fire Girls and Girl Scouts. But we also need, there's a very critical shortage of paid professional staff members who back up the volunteers and thereby help the program grow. And that's what these organizations, as well as other community organizations, are doing.
Is this critical shortage that you speak of a sudden thing?
No, it's a creeping kind of thing, and it's anticipated that in the next few years, as all the social service agencies expand their activities, then they're going to need more and more paid professional staff members.
Now, you're beginning a program to train people for these jobs.
That's right. Yes, there are 6 cities in the United States that are going to have what we call pilot programs, and it's an experimental project for administrative trainees. Horrible name, but that sort of sums it up.
In the previous reports, we've shown you the voting machines that are being considered by the county commissioners, the pros and cons of each, and who favors them. Briefly, let's take another look at them. The present automatic lever-type voting machine is large and requires quite a bit of storage space. Tabulation of returns is slow. However, there is a readout device that could be placed on some of our newer machines. Judge Stewart prefers keeping our present machines with the possibility of modification. The newly certified punch card machine uses modified IBM cards. These cards are punched by the voter with a metal stylus and are run through a computer. They're small, inexpensive, and require a minimum of storage space. Commissioners Jim Tyson, Mel Price, and Frank Crowley say they haven't made up their minds about this machine, but would like to have it tested here. Commissioner Price would also like to have the Votronic vote counter tested. It's much like a small computer, uses a modified paper ballot, and gives the readout at any time desired. They're not much larger than an office desk, and about 20 of these would be needed for Dallas County. County Clerk Tom Ellis, the man who handles the elections, prefers this machine. Commissioner Denver Seal says he has no quarrel with the present type of machine. However, if it could be proven to him that another system would be better, he would vote for it. What are our future needs? As it stands now, Dallas County has more than 341,000 registered voters. This figure is expected to zoom to 400,000 by next November's general election. By 1978, the estimate is 650,000. Using the projected figure for November's election as strictly as a guide, County Clerk Tom Ellis says on the average 250 voters is the present machine's capacity for the hours of operation. Without some supplement, over 187,000 voters could not be served. It's estimated that 750 lever-type machines would be needed to do the job. Of these three machines, which one is the most convenient to the voter and cheaper in the long run? That's the big question facing the commissioners at this time. One of the punch card machine companies has made the commissioners an offer for the use of the necessary number of machines for the upcoming November election. The makers of the Votronics vote counter have also made a similar offer, and it's expected that the company that makes our present machines will do the same with a modified type. That a decision would not be reached until the end of this month, but that a move would have to be made soon. It was also pointed out that whatever machine is tested in the upcoming election, this may not be the machine that the voters will ultimately have for the future. This will be up to the voters. It can only be called speculation, but the way I see the situation now is the commissioners will study all the facts, and after a hard fight will decide to test the punch card system. In total, the thought of new machines is exciting, but the fact is, does the public really want them? If it does, can we afford them? And thirdly, which system do we need? This is Carl Mayo reporting.